IRS is planning to hire special agents who carry guns and make arrests in all 50 states. The IRS says that these agents must, quote, carry a firearm, be prepared to protect him or herself or others from physical attacks at any time and without warning, and they must be willing to use force, up to and including the use of deadly force. The agents will be part of the IRS's Criminal Investigation Division, now looking to fill roles at nearly 250 locations throughout the country, with at least one in every state. So, Kelly, your IRS agent will be armed, but you may not be able to be armed. Democrats want to take away your guns.
A United States senator introduces a bill to disarm the IRS. But I think the question should be asked is, why was the IRS that heavily armed in the first place? Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, NRS certification, and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like my channel, like my content, and what I do here, you can support me with the link in the description box. Everything is absolutely appreciated. Hopefully there'll be some merchandise coming up here real soon. I'm still working on that. But let's talk about this. I came across this article and I thought it was fascinating. And I have done 2 videos concerning the IRS and one, potentially the recruitment of the new agents under Biden's bill, or that became law. And also another one on at their actual training, which is quite honestly frightening. But you can go back and watch those. I'll leave a link for them in the description box. But now a United States senator has brought forward a measure that would disarm the IRS agents. Now, when they say disarm, they're not talking about their standard issue sidearm. They're talking about all the extra things that they're buying that one would have to question, why do they need this? As a federal agency that basically their job is to regulate and enforce tax laws. But let's jump into this article here. And Senator Ernst measure would disarm Biden's IRS agents. Okay. Bellevue, Washington. The Citizens Committee for the Right to Keep and Bear Arms today promptly applauded Iowa Senator Jodi Ernst's introduction of legislation to prohibit the Internal Revenue Service from arming its agents. Ernst is calling the measure the Why Does the IRS Have Guns Act, which is really a good question. Which is, quote, that's really a good question, said CCRKBA Chairman Alan Gottlieb. Why has the IRS spent millions of dollars on weapons and ammunition since the start of the coronavirus pandemic 3 years ago? According to a published report, the agency spent $2.3 million on ammunition, another $1.2 million on ballistic shields, $243,000 on body armor, nearly $475,000 on Smith & Wesson rifles, and $463,000 on Beretta tactical shotguns. Now, I want to point out that the Smith & Wesson's rifles that they're buying are M&P 15s, the same rifles that Biden says you, as the public, should not have because they're weapons of war. Yet he's given them to an agency that technically has no reason to have such firearms. But that's the strange twist. Quote, one has to wonder whether the IRS agents are working for the taxpayers or preparing to go to war against them, he mused. The worst thing people should ever face from the IRS is an audit, not a firing squad. Ernst's legislation will prevent the IRS from buying, selling, or storing firearms and ammunition 120 days after enactment and require the IRS commissioner to transfer guns and ammunition to the General Services Administrations, where it would be auctioned off to federally licensed firearms dealers to help bring down the federal deficit. Yay! Hey, God bless. Unfortunately, Gottlieb quipped, contributions to the CC to support this legislation are not tax deductible. So if you donate money for them to actually push this bill through, you can't take it off on your taxes, but that's all right. On the plus side, this means making a donation won't trigger an IRS audit. Quote, American taxpayers feel intimidated enough by the IRS, true, without facing the prospect of armed agents coming to our doors, he observed. What is truly alarming is that this has been going on for years at the cost of more than $35 million since 2006. However, over the past couple of years, it appears the Biden administration has literally weaponized the agency, along with others. I mean, come on, DOJ, FBI, CDC. And the American public should not be amused. Disarming the IRS will make us all feel safer, and we're delighted Senator Ernst is willing to do something about it. Cool. So let me come out of that. Okay. Now, as I said, I've done a few, oh gosh, it must have been at the end of last year, I made 2 videos concerning the IRS and this bolstering of its numbers through recruitment at colleges, what have you. And I did a breakdown of their training scenario of walking into a situation and basically arresting the the suspects, if you want to call them that. And if you watched it, you could see mistake after mistake after mistake. It was horrific that these people are going to be armed with lethal force, because they don't carry tasers. They go straight from 0 to lethal force. And it's terrifying to think that these people are the ones who may be potentially knocking on your door with guns on their hips. But we'll see how this goes. I don't know what chance it has. I'm not going to speculate, because there's a good possibility it could pass, and there's also the same level of possibility it won't. But it is something to question why. Ultimately, at its core and at its foundation, is why does the IRS need all this money? $475,000 on AR-15s. Why? Why does the IRS need to do that? Okay? If they're going to do something at a home where they suspect it may turn into something lethal, they have plenty of other agencies that can back them up. Why do we have these untrained and quite incompetent with the firearms people being armed in this manner? That's what we should be asking. But tell me what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.